Should you repo your own car? Now, this was sent to me. Partially because people know that I had interviewed my girl and she was talking about, and if you guys are not familiar with it, then go back and look at some of the clips. And if you want to watch the full interview, it's on the Patreon exclusively. All right. But I had interviewed this young lady based off of the idea that she had a very, very, very compelling story. And I flew down to see her and we shot some great content. And she's absolutely awesome. So I have nothing to say bad about her. And I'm also going to link this back to her profile on Instagram and TikTok in order for you guys to be able to follow her and have this conversation. But somebody sent this to me this morning. So I pivoted from the last thing of the show. And somebody sent this to me and they said, Anton, you want to read this or you want to listen to this? This your girl. And she talking about her financial situation. And so the title of the video was, "Come with me to repo my own car." Come with me to repo my own car. And I said, okay. But I'm not going to watch it by myself. I want to watch it with the chasers. So you know I'm going to be objective. I have to tell the truth. And so we're going to have a conversation about what she's communicating about her own finances. I have not seen the video. I'm going to watch it for the first time with you guys. And I'm going to give you my honest to God thoughts. All right, because this comes back down to the money. Again, shout out to her. When I clip this up, I'm going to put it in the description of the video in order for y'all to link back to her and go and follow her and hold her down. Let's get to it. Now, let me preface this by saying also that she wind up doing some time in prison because she had got caught up with a guy that was running work across county lines or something like that. And you know what I'm saying? She wound up doing some time in prison, getting out and telling her story. And then she went viral as a result of it. And so I wanted to get the perspective. See, nobody talks about my conversation with her about her prison experience. Everybody only want to talk about Fleece Johnson. You know what I'm saying? Like they only want to talk about Fleece Johnson. They don't want to talk about when I was with my girl, the ruler. But we gonna get there. What up, Q? What up, Q? So, again, I have not seen this video. It was sent to me this morning. I decided to make it a part of the show. And she's basically talking about repoing her own car. So make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Let's get into the video.
Me to repo my car. So I am repoing my own car because I am now thinking of my exit strategy. The life that I'm living now, it just goes from like work, stress, not happy, not fulfillment, and just that shock with thinking that I violated my probation and I was going back to prison. It just gave me a new perspective on life. So I am thinking about my exit strategy from everything. Like the situation currently that I feel that I've put myself in since I've gotten out of prison, it's just time for a whole exit strategy, right? And I feel like the first step to an exit strategy is to downgrade my expenses. Can I afford my car? Yes and no. Yes, because I don't have to deprive myself to pay this car note. I don't have to move money around. I don't have to pick and choose so I can't get my nails done this week. I'm gonna go do this. I do not have to change or alter my life at all to make sure that I can pay my car note. I do not have to move my life around or change anything for my car note. And also, I got this car 2 years ago. May will be 2 years. I got this car 2 raises ago. And I'm not talking about like a 50-cent raise. I'm not talking about like, $1 raise, $2 raise. I'm on salary. I'm talking about tens of thousands of dollars, right? Tens of thousands of dollars raised. So I got this car 2 raises ago, right? So I can afford it. The no part where I can't afford it is because why spend this much money when I don't have to?
Let me stop there and say that fiscal responsibility and minimizing the amount of money that you spend on things that don't matter is incredibly important. It is literally the difference between being incredibly successful and becoming a millionaire eventually and how you manage your budget, because now you got residual income and you have more to be able to do the things that's most meaningful to you. For some people, it's traveling. For some people, it's experiences. For some people, it's actually going out and enjoying with friends and being able to spend freely without having to worry about, I got to pay my car note and stuff like that. But for some of us, like the bag chasers over here, we like to invest because we know that over time and over a longer period of time, that money is going to compound and it's going to translate into us being really, really rich and then being able to do what we want to do when we want to do it. And so I tell people to stay down for an extended period of time. Live with your parents. Stay home. Don't go out and buy stuff that don't mean anything. Even when you get rich, still stay down. Live for free. Don't be so quick to run outside and go get bust down and have a kid out of wedlock and then you really be under duress. Stay down so you can get to that bag. And one of the first things that I did when I started going down as a part of the 2007, 2006, 2008 housing crisis and everything started going bad, had to get them cars up. Now, I admire people that are willing to downgrade their lifestyle and give their car up or limit their expenses, even if they're not forced to. What she's telling us is, listen, I got raises, I got promotions, I got this car. I'm not really sure what kind of purpose it's serving. So let this be a warning to other people that once that new car smell wear off and you got to pay that note every single month and you got to pay the insurance, you got to pay gas and you got to pay maintenance and all of that, it don't go away. It keep reoccurring every single month. Every single month. It's going to be right there waiting for you. It don't care about your medical bills. It don't care about your boyfriend. It don't care about whether or not you wanted to go to Tulum that month. It don't care if whether you were sick and you didn't have no more PTO time. It's going to be sitting right there like, what up though? You know it's the first of the month, right? That car note, that insurance, that gas payment, everything, it's going to be sitting right there every single month. It's going to be right there waiting for you. And when you get that statement and you realize and you look at it, a lot of people need to start reading their statements. We don't read our statements anymore in the same way that we don't really look at our check stub because it doesn't come in the mail as much anymore. Everything is electronic. So you just ignore it. You don't think about it. You don't go and do it. You just pay it blindly. Oh my God, I got 60 more months. I got 72 months of paying this car note. And you don't look at the statement because if you look at the statement, you'll realize that all of the money is going towards the interest, especially in the beginning. All of the money is going towards the interest. When you look at that statement and it say $60,000, $50,000, $70,000 finance, and you paying an $800,000, $900,000 car note, and $65 go to the principal, and $935 is going towards the interest, it's going to change your perspective. When $935 of the $1,000 is going towards the interest and $65 is going towards the principal, you're going to rethink that Charger Hellcat. You're going to rethink that Hyundai. You're going to rethink that Tesla. You're going to rethink that Mercedes. You're going to rethink that BMW. You're going to rethink that Range Rover because it ain't enough box. And it ain't enough people that's waiting outside the club like, oh man, I love your car, to be able to justify giving away $935 in interest. Not one person that's standing outside saying, oh, he's sweet, can justify the idea of spending $935 in interest. Not one person waiting outside can justify it. Not one.
I feel like I need to lower all of my expenses so that I can maximize on what I save. And then when I do decide to exit, then I could just go ahead and I could feel more comfortable. And I know there's people like, oh, just jump out on faith. But listen, let me tell y'all something about faith. Just because you made a decision to do something, that don't mean that God told you to do that, right? God ain't told me to just quit my job. Now, he did tell me that there is greater in me than what's in the world. He also told me that I have a purpose, and he did not tell me my purpose was working salary for my company. He did tell me that, but he ain't tell me I need you to quit, right? Okay, so I'm not gonna quit and then expect for God to just move mountains, even though he can, and he always does. I'm not going to test him. And when I thought I violated my probation, not one time did I think about this car. And I do love my car. I love her so much. Like, look at the sunroof. Like, it go from here. Oh, come on now. Right? And I don't even care if they be like, oh, well, here go a 2000 Honda. Well, they ain't going to sell me a Honda, but a 2000 Kia Forte. Well, yeah, how much that cost? Yeah, let me get that. So, let's go to Kia. All right, so we are at the dealership. I had to put my hair up because I tried the heatless curls I seen on TikTok, and it was an epic fail. But I'm talking to him, and I was like, I want to see the cheapest car. They showed me the Kia Soul, but I feel like that is the ugliest car on the road, so I can't drive a Kia Soul. I'm sorry. And then they said the next best thing is a Kia Forte. So I seen a white one, and right now it's the gray one. I'm about to drive it, and he said that it's a 2024, and like I just told y'all, I don't care if it's a 2000, but this brand new Forte is $22,000. So we gonna check it out. We gonna drive it. I told him I don't have to drive it, but he was like, I still want you to drive it. So we're about to test.
Yeah, but what's the interest rate? That's what I want to know. I don't care about the car. I don't care about none of that. I don't care about the car payment. I want to know how fast you can pay it off so that you're not giving a whole bunch of money over into the bank. And I also want to know how much money you actually rolling over into that car. Because if you upside down in your car payment, what will then happen is you got to roll the difference over into the next one. And so you're not really reducing it. You're still financing the same amount of money. You just upside down in the car payment. But let me continue.
Let's drive the gray Kia Forte. So I know y'all thought I was playing. Not playing. My new car. I traded it in. So I traded in my 2023 Kia Sportage for a 2024 Kia Forte.
What is a Kia Sportage? What does that look like? Let me look at this. Kia Sportage. Give me a second. I got to look this up. I got to figure out what it looks like. Anton is out of the loop a little bit, but I'm going to figure it out. Kia Sportage. Is this what a Kia Sportage look like? What did she say? 2022 Kia Sportage? What did she say? A Forte? I mean, it's a car. I mean, it gets you to and from where you got to go. That's fine. Okay. All right. I mean, whatever the payment is, let's see what it is.
Yes, it is a 24. I did not care that it was a 24. It just so happens that that's the car I got. Like, it could have been a 1924 for all I care. But the car note is literally like almost $300 cheaper. Like, period. Right? It is very much very different. Very much different. But listen, do what you got to do to get where you need to get, honey. Don't give a damn about a car. This could have been, listen, it could have been a motorized scooter. If it was going to get me where I needed to go and it was cheaper than what I was paying, that's what I was going to have. So, baby, do what you got to do to get where you're trying to go. Like, stop making excuses and just do it. Because I am so humbled to be in this car. Like, it's still a blessing, and don't get it twisted. Like, I'm not saying I'm not blessed, because this car is still a blessing, right? It's a brand new car. It's just, it's not as nice as my old one, but
I think a lot of women need to have men guide their decisions. I don't know about all of her background, and I'm not speaking on all of that as far as who was in her life and stuff like that. But y'all really need some guys in y'all life. I think that women need men more than men need women. And it's funny because it's a video that I'm supposed to be reacting to as far as women on the street saying that they don't need men and men saying that they need women. Y'all need us more than ever. Women need us more than ever. 100%. I'm wondering how long is finance for. And shout out to her. I rock with her. She cool. That's the homie. We did a great interview together. I'm wondering how much is it financed for? How long is it financed for? What's the interest rate? It's other factors that I'm curious about personally as a finance guy than I am about the car payment. The car payment isn't as important as how much you finance and how much you're giving over in interest to the finance companies. And I want to know if there was any that she had to roll over and how hard was it for her to be able to do that. So just curious, just some thoughts, but I figured y'all find that to be interesting. Shout out to her, and I hope that she's doing well in life, and I hope that she's making very, very smart decisions, and that things are going to go awesome for her, and that she be blessed. Because I want everybody in the world to win.